Good morning, first graders. Today we are going to discuss lesson 6, time to the hour, but with a different clock that is called digital. Last week we discussed what was an analog clock, and I want to review a little bit about it. So let's go and see this analog clock that I have here. So as you can see, the analog clock has two hands. It has a long hand that's going to tell the minutes and a short hand that is going to tell the hour. Okay, so here we can see that is 1 o'clock. Remember that when the minute hand is on 12, we say o'clock because that specific hour is about to start. Now, the clock measures time, okay? And time is a measure of how long something will take to finish. For example, one movie takes about 1 hour and 30 minutes to finish, okay? So when the minute hand goes all the way through the analog clock, that means that 60 minutes have passed. So that means that 1 hour has 60 minutes. Now that the minute hand went all through the analog clock, the time is 2 o'clock. And if we go all the way to the same direction, for the minute hand is going to be 3 o'clock. Okay, so if this was last week's lesson, this week we're going to learn what is a digital clock. Now, this is a digital clock, and if you can see, there are some differences and some similarities. One of the differences is that the analog clock uses hands to tell time, while the digital clock, you don't see hands, you see just the numbers, and you can see some columns. Okay, this is a column, 2 dots. These 2 dots are going to be separating the hours that you're going to be finding it on the left side of the digital clock, and the minutes that are in the other side. Okay, now let's go to our book and let's see. Let's imagine we are on page 595, and we're going to imagine that first graders are about to go to school, okay, or about to start their math lesson on their homes. So we are going to say that our students are going to start the math class at 7 a.m. If you were to write 7 o'clock on this digital clock here, what do you have to write in the provided space? Number 7. Very good. So that means that first graders are going to be doing their math work at 7 o'clock. Let's go to the next page, and here we can see that another type of clock is a digital clock. A digital clock uses numbers to show the hour and minutes. Here you can clearly see that in the left side you have the hours, and in the other side you have the minutes that are being separated with a colon. The clock shows 2 o'clock. Now, in a digital clock, whenever you see these 2 zeros, that means that the time, that specific hour is just starting. So, in the analog clock, when the minute hand is pointing at 12, we say o'clock. Well, in the digital clock, when you see 2 zeros, that is o'clock. It's the same thing, okay? Now let's go back to the math book and we see. Let's read the directions. Use a clock to show the time. Show what time is shown. Write the time on the digital clock. Number 1. What time is it? 11 o'clock. Good job. Number 2. What time is it? 6 o'clock. Very good. Remember, the shorthand tells the hour and the longhand tells the minutes. Number 3. What time is it? 12 o'clock. Number 4. What time is it? 3 o'clock. Very good. Let's now check our answers. Now, let's talk a little bit about math. And it says, how is reading an analog clock the same as reading a digital clock? Even though they have some similarities and differences, they both tell time. So, the analog clock and the digital clock both tell time. Now, page number 597. Oh, I'm sorry. Page number 197, you're going to do on your own. Page 598, you're going to do on your own, including Right Math. Homework, page number 599 and 600, you will also do on your own. I hope this video was helpful. I miss you guys. Bye bye.